Hello, hello, and welcome back to Edarastrix. Last week, you guys defeated an elemental in spectacular fashion. Then you carried on making your way towards the vulture's nest. You eventually got there, the vulture's nest being atop a giant tree. About, I can't remember how tall I said, like quite a couple of feet.
Yeah, 2.5 I think it was.
Yeah. Really just massive tree. And you know, you wonder why nobody's ever managed to find this place, because this tree is fucking huge. You would think to yourself as you saw it, how has nobody found something this big? But you made your way into the nest, where you met the leader, the master of the vultures, a small magical dwarf by the name of Skarnul. He basically was like, "I'm gonna do some shit to you now." He asked you to step into a ritual circle, and then he started casting a spell, and you all fell unconscious and are now in your own subconscious minds.
We were collectively in Jay's, right?
Yeah, you found yourself inside somewhere from Jay's past. And you witnessed him have to go through an embarrassing trial to overcome, maybe some personality traits that are holding him back.
I've stared down orcs, elementals, cultists, and beasts of all flavors. But yeah, 3 almost ex-girlfriends was really the most nightmarish challenge that Face has thrown our way so far, for me personally.
Jay did pass the trial with the help of the rest of the party, and you guys unlocked the door that was barring your way. As the door opens, you step through into. Wait, let me. Here we go.
Can you summon me to your Tailspire thing if there is something?
Before we move anywhere. Why is that not working? I'm so confused as to why. Aha, that's why. There we go. Okay, yeah. I'll give you a little cutscene shot. You guys all walk into the next hallway, and as you're walking in, Pearl is walking through the door behind you, and as she walks through the door, you hear a groan. And as you turn round to look at what the noise was, you see Pearl just fall to the floor and vanish in a swirl of bright blue energy.
Well, no.
And she is no longer with you guys. And as you turn back round to face the hallway, Frost, in your head, you hear a familiar voice that says, "Run, Jack, hide!" And you will recognize this voice as your dad.
Whoa.
You look forwards in the darkened hallway
Can you
And
summon me to the Till Spire?
yeah, here we go.
I can't change maps anymore for some reason.
You
Thank
look
you.
forward into the darkened hallway, and one by one, lights start to light your way
Nice.
down the hallway. And you recognize this as a place that you spent a lot of time in as a kid. This is one of the royal quarters of Altaria.
I'll just walk forward, I guess. Continue down the hallway.
Okay.
Actually, I would also know where other rooms are in this scenario, right?
Well, you are faced with a hallway right now.
Yeah, but
Yeah, that's all you've got. You walk forward, and as you turn the corner, you see
I can't change cameras anymore. God damn it. Thank you.
first you see a lone figure in a dark room, and then the lights start to come on. Ugh. Oof. Oof.
Spooky.
And you see a lot of bodies around the room. If I could fucking click on these things a bit easier, it would go smoother. Come on!
It's not a selection tool. I think you can just select stuff in bulk, right?
I know what's wrong with it, and it's my mess up, so we'll just go with it. There's bodies all around the room. And in front of the figure appears three people. They seem to be talking to each other, but you can't hear them right now because you are just outside of the room that they're in.
I'm gonna assume this is just a vision and walk closer until I can hear them. Well, yeah, nothing else. That's from Jaded react a
Does
lot.
anyone
So.
know where we are?
This seems to be my memory.
Oh,
Well, be careful.
are these friends of yours?
Well, one of them I know, and the other three, well, I know who they are, but I've not like met them, or at least I know who one of them is.
As you walk closer towards the people in the room, you start to hear their conversation, and you hear from your dad's mouth, "It is done, my lady. They are all dead, as you asked. And what of your son? He is dead too. I killed them all. This is what you asked of me. Good. Then we shall begin the rest of our plans." And they all fade into the darkness.
Whoa.
As they fade, out from one of the walls pops a ghost.
Spooky.
What are you gonna do?
Approach the ghost.
Tell me you know who that is, Frost.
Do I recognize the ghost as someone specific?
No, the ghost is completely concealed in ghostly robes.
But I don't recognize the robes either.
No.
Oh
Okay,
God,
well-
it's not my mother, is it?
No, Jay, I've no idea who that is. No. Or at least I can't see. I just say hi to the ghost, I suppose.
The young Jack. Hello.
Hello. Do you mind taking off your hood so I can see who you are?
They peel back their hood to reveal another hood.
Ooh,
So cool.
that is cool.
Yeah. So, have we met before?
We have not met. I am what haunts you.
Nah, well, you can stop doing that, pretty please.
Only you can stop this.
I don't even know exactly what's wrong, so how am I supposed to?
You worry for your father, for your homeland.
That is correct, yes. And? Is that a bad quality I need to get rid of?
You must let go of the ideas of saving everybody.
Most
Some
are.
people cannot be saved.
If this is referring to my dad, I know for a fact that he's alive. And as long as he's still breathing, I'm not giving up on him yet.
You say what you think you know, but I am what is in your heart. I know your fears.
Oh yeah? So tell me, where's my fox then? That concerns me too, doesn't it?
The spirit takes on the form of Critter.
Whoa.
There's your fox.
That's my fox!
There's your fox.
Okay, now I can rest easy
Find
knowing
out
where my
fox.
fox is. Ah, Critter, come on. Hop on my shoulder.
Critter hops up onto your shoulder and whispers in your ear, "Think back to your secret hiding places, the tunnels that you know so well, and you will find the answer to getting out of here."
No, that doesn't seem too difficult then. If I remember it right, guys, there is a few hidden passageways in the palace. If there's one as well here, we might be able to get out that way. But I don't quite remember where any of the switches are.
I'm good. I'm good with switches.
Well, they're obviously hidden. And I'm not sure if there was any passages in this room, but I think there was.
Well, you've got to get up pretty early in the morning to hide a switch from me.
All right, well, I guess we can start looking. Do we roll perception?
Frost, I
Yeah.
want you to roll a history check
With advantage? Because
with advantage. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's
Zacodis and Jay can roll an investigation.
Investigation.
Let's go.
Oh, it doesn't matter for me if it's investigation. Okay, so that's a 10 on history. My
21.
history's a really bad face.
It's a 19 on investigation.
21 and a 19.
Literally everyone finds this switch except me.
While Frost struggles to recall his childhood and and all his usual little, he would run around the royal quarters in the palace and use these little secret tunnels and nooks and crannies. And, he was a kid. He liked to explore. He was a scamp. And he's racking his brains trying to remember where this thing could be. Upon your investigation, guys, you don't find any secret switches or hints as to where you could be looking for, but you do get a good look at the bodies on the floor, because even though everyone else disappeared, they are still there. And they seem to be a lot of royalty and servants and people, you'd expect in the palace.
Guards as well, then?
They don't seem to have died from magic attacks or magical means. They seem to have all died from sword slashes and attacks, but with a hint of ice around all their wounds.
Frost,
I swear I didn't kill him.
did
You
you
know what it looks like?
do you know who these people were?
I didn't give investigation, but I assume I can also look at the bodies, right?
Yeah, you would know they were just people from the palace, like servants. One of them would probably be the king of Alteria as well.
Frost, just look down here for a moment.
But like anyone specific, childhood friends, stuff like that, someone that would mean more to me.
No,
Okay.
mostly just servants and people, high standing people.
Yeah, some of the gods I might know, I suppose, but
Just look down here for a moment.
yeah.
Anything about these wounds strike you as a little familiar?
Yeah, definitely.
And that doesn't concern you?
I'd sort of already pieced together that my dad, most likely under the influence of the necromancer, was tasked with basically eradicating a lot of them. But from what I originally thought as a child, I was pretty sure they were already turned into like half zombies, which is why we separated. But looking up to now, I might have gotten things out of order a tiny bit, which is concerning.
Yeah, I know this might be difficult for you, but are you entirely sure you are remembering things clearly from when you left Alteria?
I remember my dad pushing me backwards, instructing me to run and hide using like the secret passageways of the city. But other than that, it just loud noises bunking on the door. That's all I remember really, and then obviously running away as well.
Just can't help but feel there might be something more afoot here.
Yeah, most likely, yeah.
Well, look, has anybody had any joy finding any of these tunnels? Skarnul?
I've just found more bodies. Same wounds. Did your father ever kill his own people?
Not willingly that I'm aware of. As I said, I've expected him to be under the influence of the necromancer at this point, from the vision I've seen as well. He's still in servitude. But no, I don't remember him killing our own, unless they were criminals, of course.
Strange.
It has me wondering, like, what the order was, if he willingly assisted this necromancer, Or if he was already under some spell of some kind. I don't know if he was under a spell, which is what bothers me most.
Well, we certainly can't leap to conclusions, and I'm sure your father was a good man. Just, the necromancer, as powerful as this character sounds, it is. They seem to do, well, would have been quite lucky, really. Alteria, from what you've told me, was so well defended.
Yeah.
By rights, the necromancer and his horde should never have even breached the city walls. Perhaps they may have had help from the inside. Now, I'm not accusing your father of anything. But yeah. Anyway, this isn't getting us out of this room. And we still don't know what happened to Pearl. We can't spend all day in here.
No, that's...
Yeah, we need to get out.
The ghost whispered something about thinking back to where I hid, but I'm pretty sure that was in the passageways. Can I roll history to see if there's any specific spot that I should have hidden in the...
Yeah, do another history.
Again with advantage, or...
I'm gonna just put my hand on Frost's shoulder and be like, think, Frost. I know it's difficult, but try to remember. And I'm gonna cast guidance on him.
Yeah. Do I have advantage on this as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. No way, this is so bad. Oh my god. No, I don't think a guidance is gonna work. I guess guidance is a cantrip, right?
It is.
Yeah, so it's a 1d4.
It is. Oh, Frost.
It's worse. Ew, and the more I think about it, the more it escapes my mind.
Oh, Face, you might want to. Oh, it's okay.
Yeah. I'm just smashing my head against the wall at this point, hoping that I accidentally hit the right tile.
You continue to struggle. This place is messing up your memories. It's it's showing you things that you didn't think happened. It's telling you things that it says it knows about you.
I see the pattern on the floor, and it vaguely reminds me of my puzzle cube, and I just sit cross-legged on the floor and just start playing with my puzzle cube, because I'm like, it helps me concentrate.
Okay. You get your puzzle cube out and start trying to match patterns, just figure out some puzzles.
It's whenever I'm in sort of pattern recognition mode, there's just something about I'm playing with the puzzle cube. It's just kind of helps me just focus on geometric patterns and yeah, it helps me focus the brain.
As you put out the puzzle cube, it's not your usual one. It's sort of a ghostly form of it, and it does resemble. There's lights around the edge of it that resemble the room that you're in and the pattern on the floor.
Oh, chaps, this wasn't like this when I put it in my bag.
It's the dream version.
Oh, yeah, I've seen you mess with that. It looks different.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like it normally does.
No. And I say, when I look at it, can I see any kind of, in a spot the difference mode, can I see any differences between the representation of the room on the cube and the room itself? If I try and actually sort of align the elements I'm seeing with what I'm actually seeing, on the cube.
You feel like, as you look at the cube, there are definitely, it looks like the room, but there's pieces out of place.
Right, I'm definitely going to start rotating the elements of the cube to try and align the elements in the room as they are on the cube.
Okay.
Come on, Javiel, you've got this. He says, quietly casting guidance on himself.
While Javiel figures out the cube, Frost is like watching intently, trying to rack his brains.
Can I just try and bash in the door?
You can, but nothing happens. It is magically sealed. The door isn't even like a real door. It is just all magic. So as soon as you touch it, it's like can't do that.
I'll approach the throne, go sit down, and strike like a thinking pose, and just start thinking harder.
Okay.
About, where the hell do I go?
Well, Jay, give me an intelligence check, and Frost, give me another history.
I get double advantage from him on that. Right.
That'd be a 20. And I am actually going to use my guidance there as well. I'm going to go all in. 23.
Do I get guidance from you as well? I'm thinking back.
Sorry, I was concentrating on my puzzle cube.
So okay. That's why it's so bad.
I can't remember.
It's so bad. Oh no.
You are struggling a bit. Both of you seem to be having trouble. You know, Jay is getting a bit frustrated at the cube. Frost is getting a bit frustrated at his own memory, and you two sort of give each other a look and lock eyes for a second.
Why don't you try to think back, and I touch the cube,
and then everything clicks, and Jay sort of like looks at you, looks at the cube, looks at you again, and then starts working on the cube really quickly. And you feel it lock into place. It seems you have figured out the pattern of the cube, and it locks into place. What you're looking at is a perfect representation of the room with the lights all around the edge. One of the lights though is flickering.
Frost, that's that lamp over there. The one that's flickering on the cube. Go over, go grab it.
all right.
And it is let me get a thing out to show you. It's this one here.
Yeah, I see it.
Look, there's a gap in the pieces.
Yeah, should I just put my sword between the slit?
Give it a try.
I just wedge my sword between the wall, I guess.
You wedge your sword, and you hear a locking mechanism go. Kung! And
Seemed to be it.
a hole appears, and a door that you can walk through.
Oh, do love puzzles.
Let's just go to the very end of the thing.
Wait for me.
In the little hiding spot, there is a shining blue key on the floor.
I'll go pick it up.
You now have a shining blue key.
Is there any keyholes in the cube, Jay? I think it's just for the door.
It could probably be for the door.
What was that?
I would think it probably is
Yeah.
for the door.
Certainly worth a shot, chaps, but I'll have a look at the cube.
I'll put the if there's a keyhole on the door, I'll put the glowing blue key in the keyhole.
You put the key in the keyhole, and you unlock the door.
Whoa.
It swings open, and you are met with... Bam! A darkened
Why?
forest.
I assume this is Zeros then? Or Zaconis?
This certainly has Zaconis
No.
written all over it.
Yeah.
Zaconis, you do recognise this as a spot that you've been to not so long ago. The spot where you were delivered here by your parents, and it has your favourite tree. It's one of your spots that you like to hang out.
Oh, this is my home.
It's quite nice in
This
a
is where I grew up.
ghostly sort of way.
And that's even the tree where I made my bow.
Look any different? Or does it always look exactly like this?
It's a little darker than usual.
Yes.
I mean,
Well,
the winter months can sometimes cause it, but it's definitely different.
I'll just follow you, I guess.
yeah, I'm sticking relatively close to Zaconis. At least
I
because I
don't wanna
can't really move my mini.
Okay.
It's just easier to lasso
We've
them.
already lost Pearl. I don't want to split up the group even further.
Yeah, right.
Zero, if you the green thing on the right, if you want to just raise that up a bit, so you can see. Yeah. Keep going. Keep going. There we go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very nice. Okay.
Okay, what are you doing? You walking towards the big tree?
Yes, I'm walking and going to put my hand on the tree just to kind of just reminisce with it.
Okay. As you're sort of having a little moment, remembering the tree and all the memories that you have there, you notice two people standing beside the tree.
Zaconis, friends of yours?
I don't recognize them. But at the same time, they seem very familiar. I think I might know who these people are.
Codus is going to go and approach the two individuals.
Okay.
Kind of look them up and down, take in their forms and what they look like and everything, and their details, and just
Mother. Father.
Hello, son.
I never thought I'd ever actually get to meet you.
We very much wish to meet you too.
Do you both live?
We cannot say. We
I
are
look.
in your heart.
I look at Jay really quickly and I whisper to him, I'm starting to question whether this is just memories or whether this is a dream.
Why did you leave me that day?
We had no choice. It was for your own protection. You could not stay with us.
grown and become strong. I could have tried to help.
We are proud of you, son. You are indeed strong. But you still hold yourself back, deny who you are. You must embrace this power. And as he says that, a load of fires start, and around the tree, 3 sort of sacred looking flames on pedestals appear. This is your power, son. Use it to let go of the things that you love and be born again.
I've tried embracing the flames, but I don't know how far I need to go.
You will know when you are ready. Trust us.
So Zirconis going to try and use Control Flame. Try and see if he can call those flames to him.
Okay.
Gonna reach his hand out.
Yeah, you use control flame, and as you start pulling them towards you, they float slowly towards you and all coalesce in your hand as one big flame.
I think I understand. I will be reborn from these flames that I conjure. Just because they are part of me doesn't mean they have to be full of rage and hate. I will be reborn from these flames.
Frost, did you know you could do that?
No.
Okay, roll me a what is it? A will saving throw?
Will save.
What is a will saving throw? Which one do you use for that?
Pretty sure there's just a will save, right?
Thought so, but I can't find
It's
it.
on the roll 21. It only says the 6 stats for saving throws.
Have you starfinded yourself?
I think so, yeah. Okay.
I mean, I do it every week. It was about time you had one.
I let me get
Be
the-
fair. Will used to be a thing.
Oh
Well,
yeah, because it was probably 3.5, wasn't it? That Pathfinder got it from.
But I think they changed it.
I'm so glad it was not.
Oh,
just
wisdom. Wisdom, there you go.
Wisdom. Yeah, yep.
You're
That-
Zirconis, right?
I can make 27.
27.
Ooh, that's just one too low.
As you're speaking of rage and hate and being reborn, the flames start to try and get out of control, but you manage to keep them in check with your emotions very well.
And to just play around with that fire in his hand a little bit and then just snuff it out.
As
Go
you
away.
as you snuff it out, it reappears in the bonfire below the tree and starts to grow and wind its way up the tree. And eventually the tree falls down as ashes, and out of the pile of ashes appears you as a little baby Zakonis, and you look at your parents and they both nod at you and disappear into the ether. And all this fire also disappears. Huh.
Great, now it's even darker.
You are free to pass on.
Where do we go?
I'm gonna head over to Zakonis and be like, "You all right, old chap?"
Yeah. Think I'm finally gonna get control of what direction my life goes. I think I'm gonna have to confront one who tried to make it go a certain way. I think I'm ready for that.
Well, that's good. Well, if you ever need help with that, you know where I am.
Indeed. Yeah, I think meeting you guys has really helped me with being able to see the world for what it truly can be and not only what I had in my own mind.
And without us, you'd have never discovered sweets.
That's right.
It's true.
Think of the sweets.
I've lived some dark times without such wonderful things in my life.
That's the spirit. And
That
I don't want
bastard's
to-
gonna pay for it. For the sweets.
And I don't want to. I appreciate this has been a very personal moment for you, but at some point you're really going to have to show me how you did that fire thing. It's very impressive.
Oh, thank you. I've actually been able to do it for many years, but I was always just afraid to because of how out of control it can get. Growing up in the forest, fire was kind of not a good thing to use.
Yeah, so I can see the logic in that.
Yeah, we can't let you get out of control. If any one of us does it, we usually have you as our composed person. I don't think if you went out of control, any one of us could stop you or the fire.
You certainly don't need to be afraid of yourself. I mean, look.
Right.
I kind of nod my head over to Frost and it's like, look at us. You're the anchor.
That's basically what I was trying to say. Jay just has a better way with words, I guess.
I've been called many things throughout the years, but I think it might be one of my favorites.
What were the other examples?
You should get one of those. You should get another one of those cool glowing tattoos, like a sailor style one. Yeah, then it'd suit you.
If you're getting another one, you better take me with you this time around.
Yeah, and I think I need to start using mine more. I've been neglecting other parts of myself. I think I'm ready to let my whole self shine.
Well, that's good. But it's not going to shine it's not going to shine down here, wherever this is. We're going to, if we're going to make the most of this newfound confidence, we need to get out of here.
Yes.
You think you've done everything you need to do?
Through here.
Let's go find our girl.
It's this way, over this way.
Yes, sir.
Come on, woodsman. If I'm leading the charge, you know you're in trouble.
You walk this way, and you find yourself faced with a scene of all of you would recognize them as Pearl's friends from Captain Alice.
Hey, I noticed one.
They are
I've seen this one
all
before.
fighting a sea witch. But as you step into this scene, it starts to melt away and dissolve. You feel like this was not for you to see without Pearl with you. And the spell is not sustaining this plane while she's unable to join. But yeah, it does start to fade and melt away. Where's my?
So I
here it
at
is.
the beginning, at the first sight of this, I didn't really realise that. I was just like, "Oh, Pearl's friends, must be where Pearl is." So I'd start running towards this scene, and a kind of Pearl, like, "Where are you?"
You start
It starts
running.
melting around me.
Yeah, and it's all melting around you guys. And then you appear.
Oh no, now there's 4 of them.
I need to bring your characters in so that you can actually see. You appear here, and that's where we're going to go to break for 5 minutes.
Okay.
Works for me.
That's
All right.
nice.
Yeah, anyone in chat? Hope you're enjoying. If you want to support the stream, there's some links here where you can do just that. You can tip if you like to help improve the quality, or you can follow me on socials, join a Discord, all that good stuff. Also go follow the heroes of the story on Twitch. There's the links in the chat. We'll be back in about 5 minutes to bring you some more juicy happenings in the subconscious of our intrepid adventurers.
Release the juice. Juice is loose.
Yes, be right back. Enjoy these clips.
Whip out my wand, and with a little billow for showmanship purposes, I fire off a nice gaudy pink flare into the night sky, hoping that Frost will understand.
What is the shape of this flare?
Well, it's gaudy pink. It's difficult to achieve any defined shapes in pyrotechnics, as I'm sure you know. It takes a lot of concentration on my part, and I have had a night of fine whiskey, but it does vaguely resemble a bell end.
Nice.
Remind me, what is a bell end again?
The end of
Right.
Oh,
I
Oh.
was just
That's clip
not
that.
expecting that.
Hand crossbow, and it also now uses, because it's a magic item, it now uses my intelligence modifier to hit,
Nice.
not my usual dexterity.
Very
Which,
nice.
you know, can be a bit unpredictable.
Yeah.
So let me just make sure that it's actually going to use my intelligence modifier. Yeah, and it gets +1 as well. To hit and to damage. So, in theory, this should work. Here we go. Attack. With, oh yeah, massive modifier. Come on.
Oh no.
So that's a natural 1.
Oh no!
Ah, what?
You hit the half elf.
Unbelievable! Come on.
You you whip out your crossbow. You're newly bought.
Build it up.
You're newly bought.
Okay, I'll keep it. I'll keep it.
Okay.
Boss, are you telling me you spent 50 coin? Something that makes your feet itch.
And it.
Could have got a fiance for that, pal.
I'm 100% certain that it also does something else. I just don't know what. Again,
There's
it
gonna
might
be a
steal
little
my
bit of a-
soul. It might steal
gonna
my
be a
soul. It may
little-
start at the feet.
You're a natural
be a little
optimist, aren't you,
wall
Frost?
of,
There's one thing I do like about you.
And that
It's
is.
gonna be just a little wall of like silence, and he's just gonna look close his eyes and open them.
Stupid.
Oh, what about bird? Bird is the word. And then instead of that, you say bard. Bard is the word.
Yeah.
I actually really like that one.
Bard.
Oh
I
no,
love
because I
that.
changed it to everyone's hard about the bard, and then I realised what I was saying. Everybody's hard about the bard, bard. Yeah, and it's so that's not what I meant.
It's too hard.
Okay,
And
so
it's going to
we're
be
taking
stuck
that
in my
one
head all
then.
night now. You've actually dissonant whispered your own group.
Yes. Coin. I'll toss a coin. All right.
Oh dear. Okay, let's see.
As the coin goes into the air, I slap it clean out the air.
Whatever
Like,
it lands on.
out of nowhere,
Whatever
aggressively. Like, I no hesitation. As soon as I see the coin go in the air, I go, no! It just flies across the room.
Frost
What?
scrambles over to the coin to pick it up.
I toss it again, and whatever it lands on the floor, regardless of what, if you'll slaps it or not.
This time, one of Lobotto's arms telescopically stretches from all the way up from the second floor into the door and slaps the coin out of the air.
My master said no.
Because I would like to have a word with the ringmaster. Can I just lift the ringmaster off his feet and run with him outside?
Damn, man, you never cease to amaze. To steal the fucking fight organizer. Steal the promoter. You're just basically scooping
Duck
up
the
Don
arena.
King, slinging him over your shoulder in a fireman's lift and doing one. That's what you want to do.
Fire.
My gift to you is this tiny, tiny harp.
It's adorable.
It's the world's smallest
adorable.
violin.
I was just
It's
thinking the
very
same
cute.
thing.
It's no, I'm not giving you a sassy thing. It's
Next
different.
time I have an
can play it
existential
for
crisis,
Frost
that's
when
going to
he
come out,
tries
isn't
to
it?
tell people his backstory.
You know what? Normally I would laugh along and side with you on this, but I feel like after today's episode, too soon.
Yeah. So well done.
Pure curiosity. Do you happen to have any more items that you were going to display tonight? We might be able to grab it. Generous
it's-
discount.
A second immovable rod, perhaps? That we wouldn't buy at a discount?
Give you an immovable rod.
No.
You have inspiration.
Is that advantage or a new roll?
A new roll.
Roll.
I am going to use it.
Oh, DM inspiration.
A
I love the
21.
idea.
A
The first
21.
you try and slam his head down, it kind of like doesn't quite land, and you're like, nope, try again.
Yeah.
It's just a
It's like,
yeah,
You
double whammy.
you grab the barman's head and you try and slam it down onto the thing, but he resists, and then you think, nope, fuck you, and you just Slam
You
it.
again.
And he slumps to the floor.
I'm debating whether I should use it. So here we go. Roll the 1d2. So if it's a 1, I'm gonna use it because that's probably. If it's a 1, I'm gonna use it. If it's a 2, I'll keep it for now. It's a 1. We're using it.
Don't we this. This is all you, buddy.
Yeah. I'm going.
Yeah, I'm in a bad way.
I'm gonna heal up Jay.
Whip out my wand, and with a little billow for showmanship purposes, I fire off a nice gaudy pink flare into the night sky, hoping that Frost will understand.
What is the shape of this flare?
Well, it's gaudy pink. It's difficult to achieve any defined shapes in pyrotechnics, as I'm sure you know. It takes a lot of concentration on my part, and I have had a night of fine whiskey, but it does vaguely resemble a bell end.
Nice.
Remind me, what is a bell end again?
The end of
Right.
Oh,
I was just
That's clip
not
that.
expecting that.
Hand crossbow. And it also now uses, because it's a magic item, it now uses my intelligence modifier to hit,
Nice.
not my usual dexterity. Which, you know, can be a bit unpredictable.
Yeah.
So let me just make sure that it's actually going to use my intelligence modifier. Yeah, and it gets +1 as well to hit and to damage. So in theory, this should work. Here we go. Attack with massive modifier. Come on.
Oh no.
So that's a natural 1.
Oh no!
What?
You hit the half elf.
Unbelievable.
Bah! And we're back. Hello. Welcome back. You guys find yourselves in a vast white expanse. In front of you are each of your dragon eggs.
How do we know they're ours?
Well, because
who's?
I mean,
Oh no, they've mixed up the eggs.
Have we labeled them?
God.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what your eggs look like. Just
Yeah.
pretend these eggs look like your eggs.
It was the year with these things, and I still can't tell them apart.
I thought this was part of the illusion.
Yeah, we don't know if there's just 2 pair of
See what they are. You know
dragon eggs.
where they are.
It's like a Kinder Surprise. Crack.
Yeah, you crack it. Hold on, let me crack my egg and crack this
That's
egg.
illegal
see
in my
if
country.
the same's inside. Yeah, no.
And they are projecting a sort of magical containment shield around these 2 big evil looking dudes.
Some big dudes.
Does anybody recognize what those things are?
Big eggs.
No, the things behind the eggs.
Oh, those must be Pearl's parents.
I don't think they're Pearl's parents.
I've seen something from everyone except Pearl. Right, well, yeah.
No, I don't remember them being that big.
Yeah, I definitely remember them being
Well,
smaller and less
Or
terrifying.
giant. I don't think so.
Oh, you know what? They could be the ice giants that we fought with at one time.
I'm just going to
Except-
Oh, sorry.
Can I approach them and just walk up to them and say hi?
Careful, Frost. Just careful.
If this is a dream anyway, I won't die.
What has
don't
led you to
know
believe
that.
that this is a dream?
Oh,
It's
what?
weird here, but it's...
Oh, they were delving into everyone's memories somewhat. It feels very surreal, doesn't it?
Look,
Yeah,
when
but
I
those
dream about
flames
my
felt
exes, it
very-
tends to go better.
Flames felt very real back there.
Yeah,
let's just take care, okay?
yeah, that's fine. I'll just walk up. Can I walk? Are we in the sky? Are we?
There is solid ground, yeah.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now I should be able to move my mini to normal. Yeah. Just between the eggs, I guess.
Oh, you're just storming right in there. Okay. I would have stopped at the eggs personally, but sure. You're doing you.
As you get
not in the crystals. Like this is as far as I'm gonna go.
Oh, okay.
As you get up there, you hear a sort of collective voice in your head from the eggs. Go no further. We cannot protect you in there.
Yeah, well, I'll stay here then.
Frost, come back behind the eggs.
All right then.
So put upon. Oh, fine.
Bye.
I'm going to approach the eggs. I want to be, but I'm maintaining egg radius.
Yeah.
I will offer them booze, I get, if they start speaking.
Hello?
My egg.
You guys want to have a drink? If you have some beer left.
And who are you? Feel free to start with my question if you want.
Can you speak? Clapping your hands for once for yes, clapping your hands twice for no.
Why do we have to talk to them in claps? Why are you making this harder?
Well, we don't know if they can speak, right? You can
You
see
hear,
from the side.
you all hear again the voice of the eggs. These are the ones who are infecting you. We are holding them at bay, but we do not know how long we can last. You must find a way to destroy them.
Oh, this is just for you guys. Sucks to be infected, I guess.
Look, we know that whatever's been infecting us is coming for everyone. We've just got a bit of a head start, that's all. I want to go and position myself. I want to locate my egg, and for what it's worth, touch it.
Okay, this is your egg here.
I'm not normally big on the just touching random mystical objects, but it's my egg.
I'm just
trust my egg.
I really need to run downstairs quickly for a sec, so fondle your egg and
to get away from the blast.
Fondle in the egg.
Yeah, I'll be back in just a sec, guys. You can.
Okay.
He's joining me in space.
Fondle your eggs for a bit, yeah. Shh, it's okay. You're doing a great job.
Thank you for protecting us.
Are we touching? Which eggs are we touching? The real ones in our backpack, or the?
Don't be touching my egg.
Keep your paws off my egg. Yeah, no, I'm touching the big egg, the big symbolic egg.
I think I'll just grab the real egg out of my backpack instead.
Are you gonna touch the eggs together?
Exception
of egg on egg action.
I'll just eat it raw.
It's the egg in your hand.
Just rustle up a quick Chaos Dragon omelette.
Egg. Just throw it back. There's a guy who did that actually, pretty sure. He just shouts egg and then consumes an uncooked egg and then says it again. And then he drinks a bunch of yolks.
That's content, baby.
It is. Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
Oh, I've seen it.
The one with the weird glasses as well.
It's a unfortunate, highly referenced video in my home.
That sounds like a good home you live in then.
If you see, I haven't seen it.
Right.
Have you ever seen What We Do in the Shadows, the series?
No.
If you have not, you absolutely should. Well, you should definitely watch the movie, if nothing else. The movie is outstanding and very funny. But yeah, unfortunately, you won't get this reference. Oh well. But if there's anybody watching in chat who's watched What We Do in the Shadows, I hear it. It's kind of like bat. Egg! Anyway, doesn't matter.
That sounds funny.
Definitely watch that movie, though. It's very, very good. Taika Waititi.
I think I remember being very interested in checking it out. I just haven't been able to yet.
Yeah, definitely watch the movie before the series, but the movie they're both worth a watch. If I think you'd laugh because I know you've got quite a British sense of humour, and I think the New Zealanders share that with us. I think there's something about Britain and New Zealand. There's a similar kind of dry oddness to it that I think you might appreciate.
Yeah, from things I've seen of both. Yeah, see that.
There's definitely some common ground there. I think.
Okay, hello.
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 Frost touches eggs together.
Frost touched his eggs together. did it?
To be fair, he didn't, but I figured.
No.
Just cut to the chase. He was clearly going.
No.
I could see him thinking about it.
It was clearly an idea.
He's clearly going to.
No, instead of touching the big egg displayed here, I'll grab the one from my backpack instead, and then I'll rub those two together. Sure, well, let's do it. Why the hell not?
He's clonking his little egg on his big symbolic egg.
Yeah.
You reach for your backpack, but it's not there.
Where's my backpack?
Where's my egg? Where's my egg? Face, where's my egg? Face, where's my egg?
My fox is in there.
Yeah. Okay. Can I identify anything about these large mysterious figures? Because obviously zoomed out quite a way, they're just shadowy shapes at the moment. But from my perspective, behind my big symbolic egg, can I make anything else out about them?
There you go. That should be a bit better.
Spooky.
They do have. They don't look exactly like this, but this is the closest I could get. They have sort of green tendrils coming out of them. They very reminiscent of the stuff on your guys' arms.
Right.
It is clear that these are. You didn't expect an infection to look like this. These seem to be sentient magical beings.
Gotcha.
Can I insult? Like, what would I have to say to insult the Eldritch Horror?
Well, they don't speak any of your languages, so you can say all you want, but they're not going to understand you.
Fucking dickheads!
Got him.
Got him. Yeah. So I as we rummage, as Frost rummaged through his pack for his egg, did his pack still contain his other stuff? Is it just the egg that was missing?
No, none of you guys have your backpacks. That's...
So we are
Bags are
pretty
gone.
much unkitted.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I think it's a dream, because I'd never drop that.
Okay. I feel like we have to confront
Conan's
these things.
touching his egg is going to be like,
how do we defeat these ones?
I
How
feel
do we
somewhat...
get rid of them?
You must find the source of the power. The magician who cast this spell is the only one who can stop it.
Oh, good. Do you have any leads on that?
We do not know, but the one who brought you here might.
And are you gonna hatch anytime soon?
We are feeling weak. We are defending you from this magic. We do not know.
Thank you for your protection.
Can I look for like a rock on the floor?
There is nothing apart from what you see here.
Is there? No. Okay.
I want to cast Bless on all of us.
Okay.
Which I'm going to do now. Bloop. And then I am going to. I want to try and like attack one of these stones, one of the gems.
We need a nat 20 for that, and also my free. Before you do that, is there any trash in my pockets that I could grab?
No.
I just want to throw random objects at them, see if that does anything.
What are you doing, Jay?
I'd like to try sort of, kind of in an act of defiance, and kind of showing solidarity with the eggs, and knowing that these stones are intrinsic to the spread of the infection in this weird Netherland. I want to buff us up and then go and try and smash one of the stones. That's what I want to do. I don't actually know what I've got on me to smash stuff, if anything.
I'm starting to think smashing those stones is actually a bad idea.
Because as we look around, there's literally nothing else here. We are in a kind of like ethereal wasteland.
Yes.
Can I try and just imagine Critter in front of me, see if this is a dream and I can manifest things?
You give it a go, but nothing happens.
Alright, shame. I would have thrown Critter at them either way if he did spawn. I would have just grabbed him.
Do I have any weapons on me at all?
You have your pipe. That's about it.
I have my sword, right?
You do.
Okay. Can I try and swing at it with my sword again?
Well, let me. Yeah, let me try this thing. I'm going to step forward to that lead crystal.
Okay.
And having cast Bless. And then, as I stand in front of it, I'm going to shout up to the figures. It's like, okay, let me think. It'd be something along the lines of, you may be big and terrifying, and you may have got the better of me and my friend here, but in the name of the eggs that we have been entrusted to protect, you shall not have your way with Petlandia. And then I would like to use my shocking grasp on the crystal in front of me in an act of defiance. I'm going to use my lightning damage with hopefully the support of my lightning egg as an act of solidarity with the lightning egg.
So you're going to touch the crystal and cast
I think I am, yeah.
the spell.
I think I am, yeah. This may be a mistake, but I'm trying to be braver and more confident after my run-in with my ex-girlfriends.
As you're channeling the energy for the spell, you do feel your egg respond with its own sort of magic. And you lower your arm to put your hand on the crystal. As soon as you touch the crystal, two things happen.
Oh no.
One, green tendrils shoot out of the crystal and start to wrap themselves around your arm and work their way up towards your elbow. And as that happens, lightning shoots from your egg into your arm and fries it in place.
I'm doing that.
As your hand is stuck on the crystal, you hear the voices of the two figures in front of you. We shall rot you from the inside. We shall overcome your defenses. The Overlord will reign supreme. And then your arm is released, and you are all pulled out of this plane. Everything starts to melt away. You fall into nothingness, and then you are dropped back in.
Maybe you shouldn't have touched it with your bare hands.
I should
Don't worry about it, Frosted.
Bare hands.
The joke's on them. I've been rotting my insides for decades. We'll defeat those bastards.
You all wake up, except for Pearl, back on the floor in the room with Skarnul.
I want to attempt to punch him.
There is a magical barrier between you and him.
As I hit his barrier with my fist, I go like, "You motherfucker! Why did you throw us in there?"
And what have you done with our girl?
I did what was necessary.
And what is that?
I have found the source of this infection.
Yes, it spoke of a wizard, right?
Yeah. The Overlord, yes. The legendary necromancer. One of the pillars of eternity.
What, is he a lich or some sort? Because it sounds like he's very old.
He is immortal, as are all 10 pillars of eternity.
Where
Well,
can we find this necromancer? And where's our girl?
I'm sorry, Jay. Did you not just hear him say immortal? Are you planning to fight practically a god of poison?
I'm not planning anything right now, but I want to know where he is.
Everything's immortal until it's dead.
Exactly.
The Overlord's spell this is, but it is not he who cast it. I shall find out who did.
Yeah. You find out, and we'll go and get him.
An apprentice he must have. I shall look into this.
The brick of eternity.
There you go, Frost. An apprentice. That sounds more our speed.
Yeah, let's just beat up a harmless schoolboy.
Something
Of course,
tells me
this
it won't be quite that simple.
No, I don't think so either.
I need time to think about my findings. You may go to the library if you wish. I have many books in there. You have given me knowledge. I shall gift you knowledge.
Ah, the best gift that someone can get. I'm very excited.
Of our friend Pearl. she gonna be okay?
She
Not
will.
wake up with us.
She will wake soon enough. She could not take this place. It is a heavy burden.
Well, she better be. Or
She's gonna be fine.
vulture or not. We'll be having words.
By the way, Skarnul, you can't ask one of your big birdie friends to allow me to go for a ride on them. I mean, the opportunity is not there often, but flying on one of them is pretty cool. No, just the library.
He says, "They are not playthings." And as he says that, you hear a grinding noise, and you see the tree, the wood of the tree, shifting and forming an archway. And through the archway, you see quite a big library full of loads and loads of books. You guys will be able to find one book each on something that you really want to research.
Oof.
Do we?
Oof. Oof.
Jay, you can finally find the sequel to 1001 Uses for Eye Gun.
1002.
Yeah, it's just one extra thing you can do with it. It's just a reprint with a slight addendum.
New bonus content.
The one used
Yeah.
to rule them all.
It's the
that's what it
director's
is.
cut. Yeah.
Yeah, can I just find something that's not of this universe? Just find a copy of Lord of the Rings.
No.
I knowing that after our last experience, I think I'm going to commence my, look as my browsing of the shelves. How does this work, by the way? Is it like literally like there's just millions of books and then it's like I find a spine and I'm like, I think that this might be the one, and that's the once I've taken one, that's it. Is that how this is likely to work?
You need to have something in mind.
I have an idea. I know where I want to start my search.
If there's, just as an example, like when Frost asked about Damp Lily, if you really wanted to know more about that, then you could think in your mind, I really want to know what's going on there. I will look for it, and then I'll give you a check, and then you'll see what level of information you can get from whatever you find.
My focus would be finding information on I'm torn, group, party, friends, between chaos dragons and elemental magic, in particular lightning.
Yeah, we can discuss what we all have in mind. That's probably best.
And
right?
Chaos Dragons is exactly where my head was going.
Okay,
and also essentially like sort of essentially necromancy, and I think those are the two areas where I really feel a little out of my depth in Magic Land, but feel like that's where I could contribute the most. So they're my gut.
Since I'm not a very
kill an immortal.
Since I'm not a very scholarly character, really, what I was gonna look for, there's a couple things I was considering. It's just like a
Big
book
Swords
with
Monthly.
Why are these pages sticky?
Big Bonanza swords.
No, I was thinking of looking at books with just a shit ton of creatures in them, so I can do like scrutinize them during combat, so I can see what are they weak to, or how could I exploit their weaknesses, or like a way to become more effective with my sword. just studies and
A young ranger's guide to monsters.
oh yeah. So,
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
That's fair.
And
That's
then-
fair.
That's pretty good.
or
pretty
or something on Puck and where it all came, like the origins and stuff.
Okay.
I don't know why I didn't see that coming.
So Jay is Chaos Dragons and Necromancy. Frost
I think
is
so.
Puck and monsters.
A more effective fighting, yeah, I guess.
Zakonis.
I was going. Chaos Dragons was where I was leading, but then I was also thinking how to kill an immortal.
That's I mean, that would be useful information right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think the immortal one's being because he said one. He said we can get one.
Hmm.
That sounds like a good spread of topics for us to look into.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was curious. I just realized this now, but you had Aloysius fight with you, right? At some point.
Yeah, I did.
How'd you do that? Because I've been meaning to ask. It's like a druidic thing, or just being able to raise your pet better than I am.
No, I think it was more of a druidic thing.
Yeah. Okay.
When we were gone, Aloysius unfortunately came to the end of his life.
Oh, I'm sorry, is it old chap? I didn't know.
Oh, it's okay.
Where's Chris?
'Cause when I went to say goodbye to him, I was informed by, I guess you could consider it, a seasoned druid who resided in the village in the forest that we were in, who showed me a path that was more in tune with me. And in this path, it showed me that I could bond with Aloysius in a more spirited way. So that
and I
he
reckon
could
in
forever.
Critter.
Yeah, it's like he's always here and he can always serve me. All I have to do is
He's just gonna summon Aloysius up there. Gonna be kind of floating next to him.
call upon him.
Okay. So killing Critter probably doesn't get me that spiritual connection with him. So
I was
certainly
thinking it,
think
and I didn't want to say it.
so
No,
I'll
this
have to
was-
Frost just
I'll have to-
instantly just whirls and throttles his fox. Sorry, little guy, but this is for the
He's got
best.
him in there. It's like, oh, what you're saying, killing him doesn't work. Oh, sorry, buddy.
I mean, if he turns into a useful ghost instead of a living, and I don't have to feed him anymore as well, which like it's a win. It's a win-win. Everybody wins.
I mean, Aloysius does seem to really enjoy his new role in life and in the spiritual world.
In as you guys are talking about this, we just see a cut to Critter back at base, reading a book called "How to Kill Your Master and Turn Him into a Spirit Slave."
101 ways to kill your master.
Yeah,
102, sorry, second edition.
and turn them into a spirit slave. So you know.
That would be a twist.
I didn't
Like,
know. Maybe
Critter
he is
becomes a new party member followed around by a ghostly Frost. That's
I didn't
kind of
know-
amazing.
The fact that he can read is quite impressive, though. I'll give him
Yeah,
that.
I can just see him like I'm sure there was an advert. I can't remember what it was for, like back when I was a kid. But yeah, I could see him in like the full like smoking jacket, slippers, like in a wingback chair, just really kicking back.
Yeah.
I just visualized.
Okay, so can I add Critter can read to my notes? Or
and is mutinous.
that...
All right. Everyone, give me an investigation check.
Can we please do perception instead?
Come on, JV, you can do this.
You've already seen how low my rolls have been today. You're gonna have to draw another investigation. Oh, fine.
That's a 22,
Fuck.
and I
That's
am
a-
gonna do. I
that's
am gonna
a-
guidance on top of that as well. I really. Oh, it's a perfect 4. Love it. 26.
That's either a 5 or a 15 on me, depending on if you have advantage or not.
Come on, Javiel. It's the Library of the Ages. This is your moment. Do not nat 1 in the biggest library you've ever seen, dude.
Okay. You guys start sort of walking around the library, looking through all the books and seeing, finding a lot of, weirdly named books and just, the history of toads and their eyes and why they're good for you. And it's like, what? What is this book? Why does he have this?
I'm fascinated by that book. Every book is just like, I'm like,
Your nails, an autobiography.
I'm a kid in a candy shop.
Jay, before long, you're well versed in libraries. You know your stuff. You know your way around the library.
I know the indexing system.
Yeah. You thought you'd already looked at the shelf that you were on, but you did a second pass, and upon your second pass, you find tucked in between 2 bigger books, just a smaller book, and it is you recognize the name of the author. Because the name of the author is Duknen. The book you're like, oh, what? I didn't know he'd written a book. He never told us that.
It's just like a Jiraiya, and it's just porn.
Just erotic wood carvings.
Yeah.
It reminds me. What's the guy? I think it's Jiraiya from Naruto, right?
Jiraiya?
I don't know.
The sensei, it's a really smart old guy, and he has written a book, but it's just a fanfic about younger girls. I'm pretty sure it's like a 70-year-old dude talking about 20-year-olds.
Yep.
Anime is
Kirby Sage.
Weird.
Yeah, and literally.
Yeah, but you pull out the book from between the shelves and you look at the title. The title is A History of Chaos Dragons and How to Raise Them.
Ooh. Wow. Chaps. I feel like this could probably prove quite useful. A tome by none other than our own Duknen. A history of chaos dragons and how to raise them.
Why didn't he tell us that when he had the chance?
Well, yes, I'm kind of torn, you see. I know we're only able to take 1 book, and I'm very excited by the contents of this book, but why couldn't he just told us that I could have picked another book?
Yeah. We don't know if he's actually going to tell us either.
I know. Hard to rule this out, isn't it, really?
Could use it to the advantage, though.
You see when the book was
Something.
written?
But yeah.
I don't know. Is it?
Duknen's...
It appears handwritten. I don't know whether
Duknen is an
have a
older
publishing
fellow,
date.
isn't he?
It looks very old, this book. There's no date.
Seems to have been here a while, though.
Yeah. You also might question why it's in this guy's library.
Yeah, I am absolutely, yeah.
They go golfing on the weekend, of course. They're good friends.
We were wondering where Duknen was always shooting off to. Now we know. He's slipping in a quick back 9. Uh, I don't know. How are you chaps getting along? Have you found anything interesting? I mean, who am I? What am I? Who am I kidding? Of course you found something interesting. Look at this place.
Well, I think I might have actually somehow gone back empty-handed.
Frost, put the erotic wood cuttings down. We're looking for something useful.
Yeah, Frost has been distracted by erotic wood carvings.
Oh, come on, that's
it's taking him a
not
little
in
bit.
character.
Taking him a little bit longer to find what he's looking for.
I'm sorry, Frost. With a 5, you have to take this.
What? No. At least make it something in character, like looking at Swords Monthly, Big Swords Monthly.
Yeah.
I know you're curious about the opposite sex body, but it's not the time.
You found
That's
a book of big swords.
Got your big sword.
My first big bumper bonus sword annual. Well,
Sakonis, though. Sakonis is looking through sort of a top shelf. He's had to get up on a ladder and really get into the back ends of these. But he's managed to dig out a book. There's no name of who wrote this. It seems to be just personal notes. But it does seem to be it's reports and apparent first-hand accounts of people witnessing / communicating / seeing the 10 pillars of eternity. There's different sort of information and either rumors or facts. It's hard to tell just from glancing on who these people might have been.
Oh, that can definitely come in handy.
Slide down the ladder, back down on the floor.
Information on the immortals?
Yes, I think not just one either. I think all of them. Looks like some of it's handwritten, so perhaps encounters, maybe.
Well, the more we know about all of them, the better. I mean,
Yeah.
it stands to reason that if we have a problem with one of the immortals, then we may have a problem with another immortal, but maybe they'd have a problem with them. If you want to ruin an immortal's day, get another immortal involved, right? Surely.
Yeah. Not a bad strategy at all.
Got to fight fire with fire, right?
Did you find what the 10 pillars, like which ones exist? Is there anything on it?
I mean, yeah, it looks like there's plenty in here about all of them. I mean, at some point in time, just glancing through, it looks like each one is mentioned in some way.
Because we got the necromancer, I suppose, the necrotic one, but the other ones also. Surely there must be ones that don't work well together. Maybe it takes an immortal to kill an immortal, and then we could
Certainly worth looking into.
Yeah, there's only one way of knowing.
Yep.
How about you, Frost? And while you're still looking around, I'm just cracking the Chaos Dragon book, looking for an about the author section, and also by the same author, just to see if there is one.
There is no about the author section, but the
Shame.
introduction is along the lines of, it is written as like a personal account of Dukenan's, like he is actively doing the things as
Is
he's
it
writing about it.
Okay, all
more of a
right.
diary then?
That's helpful.
Is it more of a diary than a book, or
Like a research journal type.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
less. It's less of like a printed, book, and more of like this is do's and don'ts, and like figuring out as it goes along.
like a journal maybe?
It's well, I'm trying to remember the name of that naturalist who spent a lot of time on the Galapagos Islands. I'm thinking that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I want to know what this is about. Do I find?
Naturalist. Sorry.
Yeah, I heard it, but I don't want to know anything more. Did I find anything interesting?
Frost manages to put down the Book of Big Swords, and while you're perusing, sort of thinking, "Oh, I wish I could just know more about sort of the monsters and beasts that we're going to be facing." You see a tattered old book with a picture of a 5-headed dragon on the front.
Damn. Anything more than just 5 heads?
No, but when you open it,
I assume it's Tiamat then, but I'm not sure if my character would know this.
yeah, well, I mean, you probably would have heard about it. It's a pretty big religion, I guess. Dragons are everywhere, and people know.
Yeah.
But yeah, you open the book, and in very sort of faded out writing, it says "Compendium of Beasts of the Old Lands."
I feel at the moment I put this in my backpack, it will just fall apart to dust. I'll read through it, see if like weaknesses of monsters and stuff. So maybe in the future I can try and recall what they're weak to.
I have a quick question. One. Well, this is a quick one. Is Loboto? Is he able to potter around with me in this library?
Yeah, Loboto's with you.
Okay. So yeah,
Loboto, get a
seeing Frost kind of like umming and ahhing and kind of like clearly a bit like lost as to what he's looking for. I just going, Loboto, why don't you give Jack a hand? It's a big library. Perhaps you can help him find something, useful.
I don't think that's you.
Because he's more many mechanical claws make light work.
Oh, the
And
monster.
Spark can get right up to those higher shelves. We can cover this area in no time. There's a lot of books here. That looks pretty good though.
And in my backstory, it just says, doesn't know how to read since he left school and everything. Is there anything we do with these books besides just have them? Do we get to keep them, by the way? The books.
You do get to keep them, yeah.
Okay. What was it called again? Compendium of Beasts?
Oh yeah, because I would like my little robotic cadre to essentially assist Frost in his search to hopefully, maybe if there's a volume 2 of the compendium of second edition of the compendium of monsters, then I'd kind of like them to be able to help him find that. Rather, maybe it turns his 5 into a 10. You know what I'm saying?
Now with one extra picture.
Sometimes, look, I know you might think of me as something of a bit of an intellectual snob sometimes, but there's nothing wrong with pictures, Frost.
No, I know. I just think buying the same book again, if I had bought these, of course, instead of just grabbing them and keeping them, I think paying $40 for something twice, 40 gold for something twice, just for it to be the same, like these limited edition stuff.
Oh, I'm with you, of course. Yes, if you're taking care of your books properly, there's nothing wrong with a paperback.
Yeah.
You ask Loboto to help Frost, and Loboto sort of walks over and asks Frost if he can see the book that he's holding.
Yeah,
So
sure thing. Don't crush it though, Loboto.
Of course.
Loboto sort of holds the book for a second and does like a little check over all like the information in there. And he turns around to you, Javiel, and says, "It seems this book is quite useful already."
Ah, well, marvelous. Well, good work, Loboto. Thanks for that.
I find it
There you go, Frost. It seems like you found a good one.
He doesn't tell you how useful it is or why it's useful.
I trust my robot pal. We've worked together a lot over the last 6 months. We got to know each other a lot. You know, we have a rhythm now. You know, he knows what I like. I know what he doesn't like. He just still doesn't have any likes, but you know, just irritations.
Yeah.
But you know, we've got a bit of a rapport going. I trust him.
Okay. I'll just go through the pages, see if there's anything that really captures my attention now, and otherwise I'll just go read through the thing.
You sort of start flicking through the pages, and as you're going through, you like look at there are like depictions of the monsters and beasts. There's actually no writing in the book.
Is there any graphs or anything?
But there is sort of like you work out from some of the pictures that they are drawn in such a way that it will show you certain weaknesses. You can't figure it out on every single one yet. Some of them are more obvious than others.
There's like circles and markings all over the place, basically.
Little targets.
Yeah.
I love the way it's like a flip chart book. It's like a flip book.
Basically,
a pop-up book, and like you open a page.
Yeah.
Basically, this book, every time. So if you come up against an enemy that you don't know anything about and you want to know more about, you can use this book, and there's a 50-50 chance it will tell you one weakness of the enemy that you are thinking of.
That's really good. That's really good.
That is actually really good.
That's very cool.
And then weakness is just damage types, probably, right?
Could be anything.
Okay. If it ever gives me advantage, it's gonna be even worse.
That's major. That is major. That's really good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
This is assuming I know any monsters and creatures beforehand already as well.
Yeah, if you wanted to do it, if you wanted to find out during a battle, it would take you a few turns.
Yeah. But I'll just go through as many pages as I can. I don't know what.
Well, it is.
I'd read in on zombies specifically right now because that seems moderately useful.
Seems sensible.
Zombies, undead, I guess. And I don't know if cultists are considered human or humanoid, or if we just already said these guys are so evil they're straight up monsters that they're also in here.
I tell you what, just from a meta point of view, this could be fantastic because it means next time we come across something random out there on the wastes, you're going to sit down cross-legged and start flicking through a book rather than charging in and triggering initiative. So I'm all for this book.
That sign can't stop me because I can't read. I just barge in anyway. Hey, there's no text, so it doesn't matter. I can.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys have all found a book each. There's no sign currently of Skarnul returning. You have no idea where he went. You can hear the sort of scratches and thumps of giant vultures above you on the outer sort of like the nest, just walking around up above you while you're underneath inside the tree in this library.
Before we move out of here, with no sign of the master, I'd like, with possibly the assistance of Loboto and Spark, like a quick spin round. Well, look, I don't know what this chap's done with Pearl, but it seems only fair she should get a book as well. I just want to have a quick look and see if they, gift wrap. If you catch my meaning.
Do we even have a book for her? Maybe magical songs she can learn.
I was going to say I was going to just I was going to try and find a book of sort of ancient songs of power and magic, something along those lines, and then attempt to make my case, if necessary, unless there's a possibility of a 5-fingered discount. But yeah, make my case to the master for going, well, look, you've got our friend bound up somewhere. She should have an opportunity to, get something out of this as well.
Yeah, Pearl is literally still just lying on the floor where you guys woke up.
She's just in dream world. Okay, fine.
Yeah. She's not like being held prisoner. She's just fully unconscious.
Well, look, I wouldn't be jovial if I wasn't thinking of Pearl at all times.
Mm-hmm.
So,
right. Well, whoever's looking, give me an investigation.
I'd look with.
I am definitely looking.
Out of character, I'd also want to say that I think Pearl would, as a character, probably also just like a random children's book with pictures in it.
She's very cute, isn't she?
Investigation, right?
Yeah.
These rules keep getting worse.
27.
They keep getting worse and worse.
Are you just like walking into bookcases at this point?
I'll just be like feeling what books there are.
What do book do?
My book.
My book. Where's my book?
Where's my book?
I just lose sight.
Frost once again gets distracted by the Book of Big Swords.
It just keeps drifting back to the same shelf. They've got all the back issues. That's the thing. 10 years worth of subscriptions right there.
Javiel, though, you managed to find 2 books that you think Pearl might be interested in, but you know that she can only take one, and you are going to have to make the decision.
It's always the problem when buying gifts.
Also, can't Loboto just grab one?
He found the other one.
Loboto doesn't get a book in this in this deal. Loboto didn't give Skarnul any information. He doesn't get any in return.
Well, I would have done if he hadn't blocked me out with that shield thing. I know stuff.
You find 2 books,
death, right?
You find one book called Songs of the Ancients. And you find another book titled The Terrible Mistress of the Sea.
What's the blurb on the back of The Terrible Mistress of the Sea?
There is not one. This is not a blurb time error.
They really didn't put much effort into book jackets in fantasy realms, did they?
It's just big leather bindings, wasn't it?
I know, right? They're just phoning it in. Where's the picture of the author on the back? A review from the Independent. Gripping stuff. None of that. Okay. Sorry, give me that second title again.
The Terrible Mistress of the Sea.
I'm going to just drift over to Skarnul and be like, look, I want to get something for Pearl, but I know I've got these two. I think this one. I mean, I know she'll like. Songs of the Ancients. I mean, come on, it's got Pearl written all over it, but I don't know, like Terrible Mistress of the Sea. Do you think that sends the wrong message?
I don't know so much it's the wrong message, but maybe just, I don't know, maybe it's a little bit more of a tale or a story than something that's practical and useful.
I know, she loves the sea, and, she loves defeating terrible mistresses of said sea.
She also loves making music, singing, better than ancient songs long forgotten.
It does have a certain kind of romance to it, doesn't it? A bit more positive, Maybe there's a song in there about an ancient mistress of the sea.
Possibly.
I'm thinking songs. You think songs?
You think songs?
It's not too on the nose.
More than Mistress of the Sea.
I'm still not sure whether these entertainment books are as wise to keep compared to more of the knowledge books that you already found.
To be fair, you don't know the contents of the book.
No, that's true. Can we
And all the great stories are rooted in
Can we check
some grain of truth normally.
Can we check what's in the book, or is that already breaking that you can only have one book clause?
Well, we've been having a flick, haven't we? But that's about all we can do, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Because if this is just as a gift and there's no real useful information inside, then it might just be better. What's your book again? Was on Chaos Strike.
It's supposed to be both, I want it to be, I want to show I've been thinking about her, but I want it to be of use.
Is a book of songs, ancient songs, useless to a bard?
Well, exactly. You've seen what she can do with a song.
That is true. Yeah.
You know what? Yes, that's it. It might be a bit obvious, but I'm a traditionalist. We're going with the songs. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna sort of reluctantly slide the other one back. I do. In my flicking through though, I do skip to the last few pages to see how it ends.
It ends in basically the last paragraph is the description of someone sailing away from an island of death.
Yes, no, it was the right call. I think this one was a bit of a downer. Pop it back on the shelf. She's an upbeat lady. She's a very upbeat lady.
Yeah.
Okay. Songs of the Ancients it is.
Is there what is something physically preventing us from just taking more books?
It's not by Mrs. Dukenon, is it?
It's not, no.
Okay. It's by the Ancients.
There's nothing stopping you from, just reading a load of books right now, but he will only let you take one when you leave.
Yeah, okay, but if we're giving one to Pearl, that should be fine, probably, right? Hopefully.
Yeah.
It's not like we cannot grab one now or we have to trade anything. I think I misunderstood it.
I would definitely. So I would definitely like to try and skim read again, possibly with the help of Loboto with his little vibes. Something in the necromancy realm.
Okay. Give me
magical zombie blood diseases. Volume 3.
Yeah, there might be something on the Z. Oh no, because there's no text. That's true.
There are books about necromancy. Give me an intelligence check to see
Okay.
what you can find out.
20.
20. There are a lot of books about death and decay in here. Many, you assume, were written as notes by Skarnul himself. There is nothing that you find. You know, you've got a little bit of time to sit down and read while he's doing his stuff.
Yeah.
There's nothing that you find that's exactly like what's going on now.
Yeah.
But there are mentions of magics created by an ancient necromancer by the name of the Overlord.
Mm-hmm.
And you can only assume that this magic is similar to one of those spells.
As I'm flicking through this stuff, I'm paying particular attention to any references of perhaps materials or kind of sources of power for that type of magic, and also any references of, particularly like resources that have been useful in counteracting it, because I'm kind of like, I'm very much in antidote searching mode. So it's like, if as an example, like, if it's like a lot of these magics seem to be rooted around, kind of poisonous flowers or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm kind of looking for maybe the yin to that yang. That's kind of where my focus is. Do you know what I mean? Like, is there something I should be looking out for in the world? Things I should be gathering, things I should be kind of paying particular attention to in terms of building up my own store of magical resources to try and combat this as we move through the world. That's how I'm approaching it in my research, if that helps at all.
Okay, give me one more intelligence check, just so I know exactly how much to give away.
Ugh, that's a 10, but I didn't use my guidance last time, so I'm going to just add that to it quick. There we go. Hey, it's another 4. Let's go. 14.
14. Okay.
I think I'm a bit overwhelmed by all the books. I'm just so excited. I'm struggling to concentrate as much as normal.
Yeah, a lot of these spells are unknown to pretty much everyone. They are very new to you. It's hard to get your head around a lot of them. There is mention of a sort of a place in the world where you can it's sort of like a gathering of undead souls,
okay,
as a source of necrotic power. The book also mentions that throughout history of necromancy, before the whole changing of the fates, it's like this is a really ancient knowledge. There is sort of depictions of use of necromancy infused into chaos energy crystals, which will warp and change the effects and amplify them.
Okay. Which, it certainly tracks with what we've. Look at this, chap. So, I've settled on my book, but these crystals happen to remind you of anything?
Yeah. You seem reminiscent of the ones we've encountered.
It seems as though they definitely act as some sort of catalyst for necromantic power.
Well, it's a good thing I shattered it then, right?
Well,
Yeah.
looking at, I mean, from what I can tell, it's pretty old stuff, but they seem to warp and shift the nature of the magic flowing through them. I definitely think you did the right thing smashing the crystal, but something about these writings makes me think that that could have gone in one of any number of ways. They seem to act more like conduits, channeling the energy, rather than necessarily being the source.
So at least
Perhaps we got lucky, but yes.
At least their network is then somewhat destroyed, right?
Well,
With just one, that's actually more effective. If it was a source on its own, then we'd have to do all of them, and now we only have to do some of the crystals because it will.
it certainly seems that yes, that restricting their access to these crystals certainly won't do us any harm. And they do seem to be channeling rather a lot of power. We should probably approach them with some care. And
You reckon that's where the
if we ever-
electricity came from?
if we ever come across any chaos energy crystals that don't happen to have been corrupted by this this apprentice or the immortal giving him orders, then well, they certainly might be of use to me in my studies, of course. So let's keep an eye out for that, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Face.
Yeah, no worries. Do any of you, Zakonis, you want to look through any books first? Anything you want to just have
Yeah. I want to look through the Big Swords monthly and see like if there's a model that strikes me as particularly fun. Oh, I want to have it, and then I'll copy whatever. If there's like an address for a shop where I can buy said sword, I'll just write that down.
He's like in this like library of ancient knowledge, and you're like, is there a yellow pages in here?
There is. You give me
Perception, please. Just make it perception.
what, yeah, seeing as you're just looking at the picture of the swords, give me a perception check.
Not 20.
There it is.
Nice.
The great balance is restored.
You in the book, you're
looking at
flicking
these pictures.
you're flicking through and you're seeing all these big swords and you're like, oh man, yeah, these are cool, but they're not really my style. And then you turn the page and you see this sword. It's a saber sword. So
Like a rapier or
one side of the back is
Yeah.
flat and then it only
Oh,
has
yeah.
one-sided blade, but on the back near the tip it is sort of like cut into like a zigzag like knife shape. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
It's like a serrated back edge just at the tip for about, I don't know, like a foot.
Yeah.
And it is covered in icy blue flames.
I need this.
I'm going to mooch over and be like, oh, well, that's nice. What's that then?
It's a big sword.
Well, yes, I
Jay.
can see that.
Above the picture of the sword, Jay, you see the words Frostbringer.
Oh, that was made for you, Jack.
Yeah.
Where
Is there an address?
what's the, yeah, I was going to say, what's the story with that thing? Do you want me to read it in my Kent accent?
Can you read it for me? I can't.
Don't worry, I've got this. I'm just going to slightly change
No.
accents for a second.
Is there like an address that I can write down, no face, with a nat 20? Certainly.
Mail the box tops too.
There's no address, but there is a description of the sword and the origins of the sword. It says Frostbringer is a legendary sword passed down through generations. It originally was infused with one of the most powerful ice elementals of the ages, and it is now, nobody knows where it is now, but it is believed that someone will wield it again and bring icy doom to the world.
Very nice.
I'm such an idiot.
I thought it was good.
Thanks, yeah.
Very good. Yeah, there's a few times you nailed it.
Okay. Well,
Zakonis, anything you wanna read or peruse?
He was thinking and kind of looking through everything. He kind of did have a thought, thinking back to his experience in the little weird, otherworldly realm they were in. He wants to see if there's any books on healing properties or using fire for healing.
ooh.
Even like ritual, like phoenix rituals or anything of that nature. Thing that could be.
There is a book bound in bright red leather with golden trim, and on the front is a golden embossed phoenix, and the title is "The Flames of Life."
He is going to plop down like a 6-year-old child at the book fair. Just start looking through that.
While he's doing that, can I find a book with sweets and just show it to Zakonis?
You, as you're sort of reading through this book, this isn't an instructional magic book. This isn't what you gather from this is it's a philosophical book. It's more about the ways people can channel their sort of inner strength and power. Give me a wisdom check.
I think that perception was the highest we've done.
9 or 20, if you want to hear.
You're reading through it, and there does seem to be a lot of information here. It speaks of how the phoenix is reborn in its flames, and the spiritual life-giving energy that is created from the ashes, and you start to realize that this is kind of talking literally while also being a philosophy, a way of thinking. There are you learn that even though you might not get them from this book, there are ways of learning how to control the fire of a phoenix and to use them in certain ways.
Interesting. And I'd love to know more, but the other one's gonna help out the group so much. I can't risk it, but maybe somewhere else. This gives me hope.
Climb back up and put it back on the shelf. But
I know the feeling, old chap. I could spend a lifetime in here. It's remarkable.
I've never been one for reading, really. I mean, the opportunity's never really it's never presented itself quite in this manner, but I see the appeal.
Truly great libraries are so hard to come by in Petlandia. This place is a marvel.
Yeah.
Oh, and I realised, like, I can sense the ticking of the clock the entire time I've been in here. I've been like this. I'm like the guy in the Twilight Zone, but without the time. And I suppose the opposite of the guy in the Twilight Zone. And I am very quickly going to just direct. I'm just going to give like Loboto a nod and nod him over towards Frost in a kind of like, just keep him occupied. Loboto is going to go over to you, Frost, and just start. So, Mr. Tarius, tell me, how is your relationship with Puck at the moment? And then Spark is going to like detach and kind of like just start kind of like playfully playing with. I don't know whether Aloysius is still around, but you know, playing with like
floating around a little bit, yeah.
Just being generally kind of cute and just making friends with Aloysius to hopefully give me a bit of distraction. I'm just going to quickly sidle off down down one of the aisles here in the library, and I have a very, very quick flash around, just looking for anything on the mating and courtship rituals of the water genasi.
Give me an investigation.
Okay. That's 24, baby.
Yeah.
Hold on, give it some guidance as well.
Fuck it, yeah, I'm gonna come on, Javen. Javial, shit, I'm doing it again. 26.
You find a book called Biology and Genealogy of Genasi.
We got to explore this already, didn't we?
There are many diagrams of Genasi genitalia and
Jesus. I was looking for courtship rituals.
No, yeah, you asked for this.
Yeah, I brought this on myself. Absolutely.
This is very much a scientific book.
Absolutely, yeah. And I am a man of
not just
I'm
water
definitely a man of
genasi,
science right now.
Not just water genasi, all genasi and their biology. So there's lots of
fascinating stuff.
Diagrams of, you know, all their organs, their cells, their makeup, their whole bodies, everything. And there is also genealogy sections as well. So
yeah, speed read.
just
like just trying to take in as much as humanly possible.
Give me a stealth check.
And I've used my guidance. Sneaky boy. That's an 8. Yeah, that was inevitable, wasn't it?
I think that has to be passive perception, though. Right?
You see something maybe a bit shocking, and you let out an audible gasp from in between the aisles.
I'm just gonna peek his head around there.
Hey, how you doing? Have you find some books? Books.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
got your book, yeah? Yep.
Yeah,
Cool.
you good?
Cool.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
Cool.
I'm gonna come over and
That-
see what he's reading. I'm just straight up walking there and seeing what you're reading.
Oh, what this? Oh, I look. We've been getting into some difficult situations. I just, and with Pearl, she's obviously I just wanted to see. I'm trying to learn a bit more about like medicine, healing, and stuff. Because she's very interesting. She's a very interesting race, and I don't,
I think it's obvious what's going on here.
Wow, yeah.
I mean, to understand the whole entire body of the ones you're providing medical experience to is incredibly important.
Exactly. And you know what? I know humans. You're kind of more botany. I don't know. Is that you still not let me properly examine you? But look, well, look, there's only so much time here. I just thought I'd
These
start.
horns alone, like a whole book.
Yeah. So I just thought I'd start with the Genasi. Just such an interesting biology.
Seems right. You're smart.
So, you guys, what are you doing? Yeah.
As you're fumbling for words, you hear from across the room, I have information for you.
Oh, excellent timing.
Come.
Yeah.
We don't have a library for information back though, so whatever you're giving us, we can't really repay. We don't have a library where you can just find a book you want.
That
I've been
matters not. Come with me. And he ushers you into another room through as you're walking through the walls of the tree, open and close the doors, until you reach what is clearly a research lab. Lots of fungi, lots of different flora and potions, lots of dead stuff, bones, bottles of liquids that look really gross, little floating eyeballs in them, and little,
You know what would happen if you said the opposite, right?
Look, guys, I know this. I know this guy's creepy and a bit odd, and everything is dead and old. But do you think he's got a spare room? Have you seen this? Have you seen how many vials of weird little gunky things he's got?
You know we were gonna renovate the basement of the house, right?
Well,
Eventually.
you know what? This is like Architectural Digest for me. I want this. We need to have a version of this in the basement.
That's fine. That's fine. I have been thinking now that I mentioned we don't have a library. We should get a library.
We should totally get a library.
We should get a library.
This, but with less dead tree vibes.
No, I kind of like the aesthetic.
It's growing on me.
I was about to say, yeah.
I have found the apprentice.
Well, that's amazing. Whereabouts are they?
Space.
They are in the north, far away from here.
The north's a
How
pretty
far?
big place. Any more specific than that? We were heading north as it was.
I believe you know the city as Alteria.
Fucking knew this was coming, yeah.
Ah, Alteria.
Ah,
Well,
okay.
It was on our itinerary, I guess.
You reckon you can help us out when we try to get rid of the apprentice? Because I don't think us alone can do it.
I cannot help you from here, but
none
you
of
will
your-
need allies. I believe there are people who will join your cause.
Okay. Say, there's one more thing I'd like to ask. Speaking of allies, there's this one wizard dude that I sort of know, but not really. What did the wizard look like again? Face. Again, help me out.
He's very old and very short. He's basically like a human
like
Yoda.
clothing. Was it like was it? Did he have the pink hat as well, like the mini did, or?
No, he's basically just like a human Yoda with a wizard hat. Yeah.
I'll just ask him. Do you happen to know this wizard? He seems to be. Actually, you both are so far removed in us in power level that I don't actually know where you both are. Further ahead, I know that much, but
Yes, I know of the one you speak. We have crossed paths. He is interesting.
should I consider him an ally, or should I just consider him an enemy? Because I don't know.
What
But
an odd question.
He seems to have my soul.
Maybe I shall keep an eye on you then.
My somewhat impetuous friend
Hello.
does have a hello does have a point. However, we our mission has become a little bit more public than perhaps I would like. Suddenly, more and more people are finding out about us and our movements. May prove to be a problem. You're right, we are going to need our allies, but it's so difficult to know who to trust up here. I'm going to at this because we recently came across an assassins guild. Ostensibly, they may be able to help us, and they are based not far from Altaria. We planned to visit them, and they gave me this mask so they were able to stay in contact with us. And while I'm saying this, I'm just almost like putting my hand over the bag, like and lowering my voice a little bit, like they gave us this mask that to get in contact with us. But well, honestly, I feel like I'm walking around with a bacon sandwich and a pack of wild dogs having this thing in my bag. I appreciate you might not know, but do you think we can trust them as far as you can ever trust an assassin's guild?
Assassins, ever working in the shadows. I am sure they would help for a price.
I
Yes,
told you money's all that matters for assassins.
that's what I thought.
But if you hire them, we can't do renovations in the house.
You have undeniably impressive magical abilities. Do you think you could take a look at this thing for me and just let me know if I'm doing anything stupid?
Are you gonna hand him the mask?
I'm going to it's because I had wrapped it up in my emerald silk hanky to kind of I didn't know whether it'd do anything, but I was like, I don't want this seeing what's going on. I want to try and obscure this thing as much as possible. So I'm going to get it out. It's in there.
He reaches a hand towards your backpack and starts to feel out for the mask. Their magic is of no use here, but you know that this is a communication spell. That much is clear.
Yes.
I have another
I
question.
suggest that you take a look at it yourself.
Understood. Yes, that's confirming my my suspicions. I'll pay a bit more attention to it, and I'll make a mental note to spend some time doing some real detecting magic on this thing to work out whether or not a silk hanky is going to be enough, or whether I might need to invest in something a little bit more lead box like for this mask.
I
I
have
want to see how two-way this thing is.
one more question for Skarnul. A friend here ran into this book by an author named Duknen. Do you know him as well personally, or just an interesting book?
Yes, how did you come across this particular tome?
I do know Duknen. Yes, we have
But does he know
met.
you? Does he know you, though?
I cannot say the nature of our relationship.
But forgive me, you did mention that you were kind of, stuck here.
I
So
do not
one would-
believe.
So one can only presume that either Duknen has also visited this place, or he is much, much, much older than he appears. Care to shed any light on that, old chap?
Well, maybe with the vultures, I guess. You can send them out as...
Whose side are you on?
I will not reveal his secrets. They are his.
Well, yes. Discretion is the better part of valor, I suppose. Obviously, I'm thinking that's well sus.
Now then, I would like to see them.
I'm not sure what Duknem is, so you'll have to look for him yourself.
Yes. We haven't seen him for a while.
I do not speak of Duknen. You
No?
know of what I speak.
Not happening, buddy.
I need an adult.
He means the eggs, right?
He does mean the eggs,
Yeah. I'll just put...
Yeah, I think he's talking about the eggs.
We should just have a fake one in our backpack at all times so that we can put it as a decoy. Oh, it's just a wooden toy, right?
Bad idea.
If anyone just ever
We-
asks,
oh, wait,
again,
look.
we just make a perfect wooden replica of the eggs, and then if we ever have to hand them over, we pretend like we do.
I mean,
We
could have
have
just taken them when we were unconscious. So
we have a little choice. I feel like here. Chaps. I'm just gonna go. You clearly have the upper hand here, old man. But look with your eyes, not your fingers. And I'm just gonna retreat a little bit, be like, just peek it out of the backpack, like kind of, yeah.
Throw the egg at his head. No. Actually, no,
no
that's
touch.
not. That's
As you reveal the egg, his tiny little old eyes widen. Ah, you are the ones he spoke of indeed. It seems I was right to bring you here.
Who's he?
Your friend.
Duknen.
which one? Yeah.
Indeed.
We're very popular, we know.
You'll have to excuse our caution. It's just these things tend to attract the wrong sorts of attention.
You have a long journey ahead. Take these.
Ooh,
He
ooh.
he produces 4 green little crystals.
Ooh.
Just a bit smaller than your palm. And he says, for those of you already infected, these will not protect you, but for the others, this will make sure they will not fall to this spell.
Is it like a one-time use thing? Like it breaks when I would get infected, or can I use this forever?
They have limited power.
Okay. Is there any visual indication when they have ran out of their power?
I cannot say. I do not know. Anything could happen.
Well, I guess we'll see and try, I guess. Not to have them run out.
Well,
You guys don't need these, do you? So it's 2 for me and 2 for Pearl then?
well.
Rather them
seems-
go to where they could be used.
Actually,
Yeah,
Jay, if
second
you
that.
hold on to one, could you replicate it?
Maybe with time. Would take some time though.
Okay, well. Maybe you try one on then as well for a bit. See if you can replicate it. And then I'll just run with one and hope it doesn't run out.
Well, let's keep one each for the time being, because if we do happen to at any point break our little curse, then essentially like we'll have it on us to stop us getting it straight back again. So and we we never know who we might meet along the way that we want to protect. So
We run into what was her name again? The girl out of game. I just forgot. The one we saved and then almost made her mother clean up the dad.
oh yeah, I remember who you mean.
Yeah, I remember that. I
Susie
forgot her name.
Page.
Yeah, Susan. Yeah, we get people like that. Yeah, to protect, I guess. More little girls that need saving.
Okay.
Well, you may stay here until your friend recovers, but must journey quickly after. Gather your allies and defeat the source of this.
Agreed.
Okay, when we do leave, do we just jump off with a parachute or something, or are your vultures gonna bring us? Because I'd be fine with either. Skydiving is still on my bucket list.
You will be escorted.
Okay, that's cool too, I guess. And I look somewhat disappointed.
That's where we're gonna end it today.
Whoop whoop.
Whoop
Pretty good
whoop.
stuff.
Knowledge and loot. Knowledge and loot. Knowledge and loot.
Yeah,
Knowledge
yeah.
and loot.
That compendium of beasts is gonna be so useful.
Yeah,
I'll have
that was a good
I'll
one.
have to read it. Yeah.
Pretty good.
Did you guys enjoy this one? Did you like
Yeah.
Did very much.
I feel like I know some stuff.
And we're getting
So-
connections as well.
It's all starting to pan out, get a bit clearer. You're working your way through. This is big stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we know more about Dukenham as well now, and our wizard friend, I suppose.
Oh, we.
I was just about to say, and I'm either going to get a very like amused or disappointed DM from Zoe at some point after this episode.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if Zoe made the connections that I think she would have made between the two books. Yeah, it could be the message that you're getting.
Dear.
But you did
Yeah.
well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, DM.
You managed
Good job,
to
mate.
get through your trials, your little subconscious fuckeries.
Yeah.
I don't remember doing a lot of.
Maybe throwing some doubt and questioning into
Yeah, that's mainly it. Yeah.
what's been going on.
Did my dad kill all the civilians out of the kindness of his own heart, or
Did he kill them all? Was he told to kill them all? Did he just do it because he wanted to?
I'm going to be
My
looking
dad
at
just a
carbon
terrible
dating
person.
that
It
book of
would.
ignorance as well.
it would make? To be fair, given how insane I've been at times, it would make sense if my dad just went on a murder spree. As you could see where I get it from.
Understood. There's a.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Sorry, that's fair enough. But yeah, lots of questing to look forward to.
Mm.
You've now got a clear path of what you want to do. You're gonna have to try and make some friends.
Yeah.
But there is also still the looming threat of your dragons no longer being able to protect you before you get rid of this curse.
Yeah.
And them not hatching is also gotta be a problem.
I'm going to put it out there right now. I kind of want to potentially quickly stop in at the king, say, we've got to go and talk to some assassins. We need some soldiers from you and some cash. And then take the king's cash, pay off the assassins, and then we all head to Altaria. That's my...
You'd need some
That's where
bloody
my
high
brain is.
persuasion rolls.
Not a bad plan.
I
Don't-
think
It's a starting point. It's a starting
There
point.
was-
We'll
there was
discuss
a-
as a group, I'm sure.
There was a fight ring at some point, and I'll just go beat up people then, and like when they're on the ground, like, you fought well, join my crew.
Nice.
So there is some information that I'm just gonna give to each of you through DMs from like books that you read through, just so I can write it down and get it a bit clearer.
In canon.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
give you a bit more specific information.
Awesome.
Cool. Yeah.
I like it.
But yeah.
I'll have to start modeling Altaria now.
Yeah, you need to start building it. You need to start building it.
Do it. We're getting there. Getting close.
But for everyone watching on YouTube, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed. Go follow everyone's links will be down in the description, including mine, Jay's, Zoe's, Ross, Zero's, everyone's. Go follow the stream so you can catch us live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. UK time, 3 p.m. EST. And yeah, Starfinder on Mondays on Javen's channel. Go catch that as well if you enjoy a bit more sci-fi with your D&D. But for now, look after yourselves, be excellent to each other, and we will see you next time. Peace out.
Toodles.